your patience as I was having these issues over here.
It's okay. We have it. Work it through. We keep it moving.
Okay,
So
good.
I'm excited for you to be on. I started to tell a little bit about you, but I know you can tell more about yourself.
Okay.
So tell us a bit about you. Married, children, what you do, where you live, all that good stuff.
So I live in Dallas, Texas, rather Cedar Hill, which is like 10 minutes from Dallas, but nevertheless, Dallas County. I am married, been married 15 years. Help us, Lord. No, I have two children. I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old son. I mean, excuse me, 6-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter. What do I do? So I work for Dallas Independent School District, and my work is all around ensuring that our children have equity and access to a great education, basically. Work with a team of lovely people there. And then what else? Let's see. Just try to be as involved in the community as possible, to give back as much as possible. Wherever God leads me to go, that's where I go. So that's me.
But do you still have your organization for girls?
I do, yes. So on the weekends,
that was a mom look.
It was.
That was a mom look.
On the weekends, on the weekends, every weekend for the most part, I work with young ladies who are currently incarcerated. They are in the juvenile detention centers, and so just go in there and try as much as possible to pour into the lives of the young women there, and hopefully when they're upon release, I'm able to continue that relationship with them. So the organization is Women Divine, and so it's just been a powerful journey. I started in Chicago with a group of wonderful women, and some of them actually still live there. Some of them have moved on, but we're still all very connected and very close. And so those girls that were in our program in Chicago have now all, for the most part, graduated. If not graduated from college, have families, are married, and so we're all still. So it's really cool. It's really cool.
Yay! So I mentioned that you are an author.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about that book, and not just about the book, but the theory of How Stops Now.
Yeah. So a couple years ago, I was working full time. I was in school full time. I was running a not-for-profit, married. I ended up having my son early. I had him about at 28 weeks. I call him half-baked. And so during that time, I was just asking a lot of questions of God, like, how am I supposed to do all this? There was a lot going on. I ended up with blood clots in my lungs, and it just was a trying time. And so I was just really asking God a lot of questions about how he would have me to move on. Like, how am I supposed to do all this? So that how question kept coming to mind. And so what was birthed out of that situation was really a theology about living life to the best of your ability, to your fullest potential, and not really looking at the hindrances, not looking at the negatives, but really looking at the positives. And so I was actually, my husband said, hey, you need to relax. You need to go to a hotel and just go relax. And so I thought I was going to go and, go to the spa and just kind of relax my mind. He said he'll take care of the kids. And so I literally went back to my hotel room and ended up writing a book. And it was during that time where it was like 13 hours where I just stayed up and just poured everything out that I had in me. And so what God gave me was How Stops Now. And it's all about answering your how question in the affirmative, right? So, when you get a dream, it's normally really big. It's really big in vision. It's really big in theory. And so you always ask yourself, like, how am I supposed to do that? Like, I don't have the finances, I don't have the resources. I don't have any of this stuff to get this dream, accomplished. So how am I supposed to do that? And so as God began to talk to me about the things that he wanted me to do, the book revolved around this idea of how do you answer that question? And so in the book, it talks about 4 specific ways. You ask yourself 4 specific questions: what, where, when, and whom. And when you begin to ask yourself those questions or answer those questions, you automatically answer your how question in the affirmative because you've answered all the strategic questions, and so I live my life like that. And every single thing that I do, whether it's my marriage, my children, because we go through those moments where we're like, how am I supposed to do that? And so I say what God gave me is how stops now. Like how? Okay, stops now. And so I go through that process. And ultimately, this book is sort of baked in spiritual principles around Ephesians 3:23. He who was able to give you more than you can think or imagine. Because when you unscramble the word how, you get the word who. So your how is all wrapped up in the who. which is, for me, is God, you know, and really giving me, if he's going to give you the vision, he won't just leave you on the side of a road stranded to figure it out on your own. He's going to give you the tools and techniques. So I'm operating in that every single day as much as I can. And so when I wrote the book, that was what I was going through. Now it's become more of just a way of life. So thank you for allowing me to share that.
Yeah, well, it was, for me, when I read it, I think a lot of times, and I'm around a lot of stay-at-home moms, a lot of homeschooling moms, that we think like thinking on a bigger vision, like having all that stuff is like for the working moms, those people outside doing that other stuff. And I was able to like really take that and apply that in my life right now. Like when I'm like, how am I going to get all these kids educated, and how am I going to, you know, make it through the day with just me and 4 kids? I was able to stop and say, wait a minute, like if he would give that for somebody who has this greater, huge vision to like start their own company or do whatever, why wouldn't he do that for me in the midst of what he's giving? If he's giving me children, then he is requiring that I raise these children, that I am the mom they need me to be. So there is a how that is involved in that. But then I can take that and say, well, if he gave them to me, then he's obviously equipped me to be able to raise them, to give them everything they need. So now I have to look at who can I look to for help? Right. Where can I go for, you know, these resources, like all of those things that from me, it was just like, oh, I can apply this like right here in my little circle.
Right. I mean, I think people miss this idea about motherhood. Like, that is one of the most difficult jobs on earth. It's one of the most beautiful jobs on earth. But you're literally raising a human being. Like, you are cultivating other people's dreams. You know?
Right.
I mean,
you hold,
like, seriously. Meanwhile, babe, go sit down. So
it's okay. Let's be there. That's life.
So anyway, so it's one of those things where, okay, baby. So that's one of those things where we you know, people, you know, women that are stay-at-home moms, even dads, like, we have to really process what we say and how we say it, because that is a full-time responsibility, you know, and so people that live in the corporate world or, you know, educational world or whatever industry you're in, I mean, there's a component to that comes with a level of responsibility and accountability. And equally important when it comes to motherhood, that accountability is real strong. I mean, it's like, it's life and death. It is life and death.
It really is.
You know?
You, not the physical, but like you can crush a spirit.
Yes.
You can, you know, all those dreams and that potential that God has placed in front of that child.
Right.
Like, if you don't do it right,
right,
you can kill that. You know? And that's a scary, ginormous thing.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
It is. So
I wanted people to hear how like that applies to you too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when we talk about big vision, like, you have to have a vision for your family and like what you want your motherhood to look like, and then devise a plan around that. And so that's just exciting to me to hear, you know, and see somebody doing it in both worlds, juggling it in both worlds. So tell me though a little bit about your morning routine, because I know, as your friend, I know you are super duper busy, but as Felicia and I will account for, you are always fierce.
I do what I can, girl. I do what I can. Okay.
So tell us a little bit about how you are doing that. How are you making that work? How do you find time to pull it together?
Okay, so first of all, I don't. No, I'm just kidding. No, okay. So you know what? Okay, so my standard answer would be, you know, obviously you know, having a partner, right? Right, I'm married, you know, and have an amazing husband, and you know, we try to work together to ensure our kids get to school on time. So we have a partnership, you know, and he pushes me and I push him, and I think what's important about that is ensuring that the partnership is fluid, you know, so that we can both sort of go after our own dreams and visions, but know that we're raising a family together. So I think my morning routine consists of us, you know, alarm clock going off, obviously. We're like, okay, everybody, let's roll. Everybody get on, you know. So we're like we're moving 100 miles per hour. But I will say this, that we make an attempt, if not every morning, I would say every morning, to make sure we pray together. That's for sure. Like, before we go out the door, we may be Jesus wept, but we're gonna make sure we kind of stay grounded and keep our children grounded, you know. So in the mornings, we're getting up, the alarm's going off, we're kind of rolling out of the bed, you know, getting our kids ready, because, you know, my son is in first grade, my daughter's in pre-K, our daughter's in pre-K, and so we take either one, and we both kind of go our separate ways. And we try to work out in the morning together too, because that's one thing I think as women and men too, you can't take care of anybody else if you haven't taken care of yourself. So working out and making sure that's a part of the routine, whether it's in the morning or in the evening, is really important. And that's kind of what is really helped me to kind of stay focused a little bit, because that's also my time to kind of just process and think, and when I'm working out. So that would be our morning routine, and obviously coming back to the house and getting myself together, and making sure that I'm presentable, because I am representing my family, so I can't go out here looking any kind of way. Okay, Braylon.
So how long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
About 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. So tell us a little bit about your style. So if we see you every day, what are we going to see? I'm going to tell you. So for me, T-shirts. Like, I know I'm looking fancy, but it's going to be T-shirts. Like, I love T-shirts. And once I really get my weight where it needs to be, I'll be back to baby tees. All of those are kind of packed away right now. But so that's, you're mostly going to see me in baby tees, T-shirts, maxi dresses, maxi skirts. Like, that's my style. So what would we mostly see you in?
You know what? I'm a dress kind of girl. And I love heels. I don't rock heels or anything. I know.
Girl, wait. You tell them, and Felicia can account for this. You were pregnant. I think you were about like 6 months pregnant, and I believe you had 3-inch heels on.
I did not. I don't know. It depends.
Where was you going? That's the question that we all had on our mind. What is happening in your life that you are wearing 3-inch heels?
I just love heels. That's my favorite. If I had to choose one thing about wardrobe, I just love heels. I love the way it makes you feel. I love your legs look. It's Felicia talking about some. Yes, she did.
Cause she did. We both was like, "Where you going? What are you doing?"
I know. I love heels. But I would say that I'm definitely a dress girl. I love wearing dresses. I love skirts. I love a cute pair of jeans though too. I love that. But I would say I would say dress. I can be girly girl, and Felicia talking about I have only seen her in the gym shoes once. I do. I know.
I'm like, what is she working out in?
I know. I'm wearing gym shoes. But no. So I love heels. It's always say dresses. If I had to choose a particular, outfit for the day, then it would be a dress.
Okay. So then, of course, because I am an accessories girl, tell me what role do accessories play in that overall look? Because I know you love accessories.
Okay, everything. I mean, as soon as you started your business, I was like, ding. Okay, give me. So no, I love jewelry. I mean, here's the thing. I say this all the time. There is nothing like being a woman. We can accessorize. We can wear things. Yes. It's like embracing, what that means to really embellish being a woman. Because I think, society would have you believe that, we're one dimensional. Wife, mother, you may work or not. What? Like, we're so world versed, and we can rock a pair of heels and rock some jeans and be at the grocery store, kids running around, snatch them up and make it back to our business on time. I mean, it's just like,
Exactly.
So accessories, girl, you could a t-shirt and some jeans and some heels. Girl, like these things are everything right here. This is one of my favorite pieces.
Oh yes, darling. Yeah. Oh, mine's in my room.
That's one of my favorite pieces. So I love your business because it has so many different creative pieces, and it's for every different type of woman. Like I wouldn't say that I'm kind of flashy sometimes, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I like to be very conservative and wear a nice little piece and maybe some pearls. And other times I want to do some some funky things. So accessories are so important. It adds to the flair of life. How about that?
It's the icing on the cake. Like, you can have cake, but you really want, just imagine, forget a cake, a cupcake. Think about cupcakes.
Yeah.
No one goes to any store just gets a plain cupcake. You could.
Yeah.
And it probably would be good, but you do that. Like, you need the icing, darling. Like,
Sprinkles. You may have a little sprinkles on there that you may want to add.
I know, right? You need it. You need something on there. Cheryl said, everyone, yes, darling, yes.
Yes. Yes, Miss Cheryl.
So tell me, because I know that your accessories game is tight, and you could get accessories from anywhere. So tell me why you chose paparazzi. Why is paparazzi a part of that?
You're my girl. Okay, because you're my girl. Like, hello. And I support. It's $5, yeah. So, and yeah, it is $5 for sure. For sure. And I will say this. What I do like about it is that you get the earrings and the necklace. You know how you can go to a store and you can just get the necklace. That's $5 to $10.
And then you know some earrings.
Right. It's like, hey, what am I wearing? I will go home and find earrings. So, but the number one reason I will say is because I love to support businesses. I love to support people that I know that have their businesses. And that if you can't start there, then so that's the number one reason. The number two reason, obviously, is because it is convenient. It is flexible with respect to how you pay. Like, you're way in Florida, I'm in Texas. I can buy something from you. I mean, obviously, it's inexpensive. To have a piece that really looks. I mean, this piece looks like at least a $50 piece or $60. I would argue. With the earrings.
Tell the people.
Yeah, I would say this is about.
Tell those people who.
So, to have it for $5 is hello. And okay, can I just be honest? Okay. I'm the chick. Okay, I love the dollar store. You know what? See what I'm talking about? Whatever. Braylon, that's enough. But I love the dollar store. Like, I'll go in there and buy all kind of stuff. But anyway, I say that to say that I'm an inexpensive girl. I'm not the girl that's, at the Neiman's. I'm not that chick. I don't do that. I love Neiman's. Come on, okay, go Neiman's. I want, whatever. But I'm more so. I'm just more. I'm when I can find something that meets my style and that's inexpensive, I'm going for it. And so that's a couple of the reasons why I chose to support you.
And I feel like one of the things that really drew me to it was, as a stay-at-home mom, in a one-income family, I still want to look cute, but like, I don't want to like make us go broke because I want to look cute.
You're all in the store buying
so once I found, I'm like, and I'm not going to go buy a whole bunch of clothes. Like, it's just not. That's where my life is right now. So I knew accessories were going to be the thing that was going to make the difference.
Yeah.
And when I found this, I was like, it's what?
Right.
That's like my price right there.
Right. Right.
Do that. Thank you, darling.
Indeed. Okay. nothing like it.
Yes. So
they're gonna put us live. We too live. They're gonna put us out. Like,
it's true. You have to be honest. So anyway, what is one thing that you would tell a busy mom who wants to be? And at the beginning, I talked about what is a fierce fashionista, and for me, a fierce fashionista is someone, if you are going in towards whatever you're passionate about in your life with intention, you're moving towards that, you're focusing on that. And I say that for anything, your children, your business, your career, your marriage, whatever it is. If you're intentional about that and passionate about it, then you are fierce. And if you make it look good, you are a fashionista.
Yes.
So I feel like, I see those mom looks. I feel like that is, for me, what the definition of a fashionista is.
Yeah.
So
I would agree with
one thing that you would tell a busy mom who wants to be a fierce fashionista, but she's like, I really don't have time for that, especially the fashionista part. Like, it's just not that serious for me. What would you tell her?
You got to make time for yourself. You have to make time for yourself. And everybody's time for themselves is different, right? Some people like reading, some people like jogging, some people like or exercising. At the end of the day, I think that the most important thing about being a fierce fashionista is finding a space where you feel you love yourself first. So you can look in the mirror and say, girl, work, right? And you don't need nobody has to say anything. Nobody has to say, girl, go ahead. Like, you can look in the mirror and say, you know what? I can appreciate the beauty in myself, So by definition, when I think of fierce fashionista, that's what I think, because we're not comparing ourselves, what we're wearing necessarily, well, we shouldn't be anyway, to what other people are wearing, what type of jewelry, how much money they have, what type of car they drive. All those things are really superficial, right? So to be fierce, it starts, I think, from within. It starts from understanding who you are, what you contribute to the world, whether you got clothes on or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, people wanting to value who you are and wanting you in their space because you value yourself first. You can't value anybody else if you don't value yourself.
Exactly.
So being a mom, being, wife or a business person or an educator or in whatever industry you're in, I think the critical piece here is loving yourself first enough to want to look good for yourself, right? The other piece, looking good for your husband and for everybody else, that's like icing on the cake too, or your boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. That's icing on the cake. But the most important thing, the most important ingredient is just really loving yourself. And I think when you love yourself, you want to look a certain type of way. You want to be fierce. You want to walk out the door and people be like, wait, now, who is that? Or what's that saying about the devil? Like, the devil says, uh-oh, she up. What?
Yeah, I know. There
right.
she goes.
That's saying, like, up again,
down.
Yeah. So I think having that sense of ownership and just wanting to be the best that you could be for yourself leads into this idea of being a fierce fashionista, because everything else kind of falls in line with it. I think a lot of times women don't want to categorize themselves as fierce fashionistas or divas is because they really probably haven't found their space when it comes to appreciating whether how they look or appreciating the space that they hold in the world. And that's the most important thing. Like, all of us are contributing something, all of us. I don't care what your role is. Stay-at-home mom, not at home mom, no mom at all. Just being a woman, you contribute something to this earth, to this world. And I think if you can find that, what that is and what that represents to you, then you are the fierce fashionista. And then throw some jewelry on top of that, honey, work. Okay.
Because truly, I mean, like you were saying, finding the value, if you know whose you are, which is as a Christian,
sure,
you know who you belong to. So now you can actually look for your purpose.
Yeah.
And when you realize what that purpose is, you can pursue that. And I feel like if you are at home with your children and you know that is what you're supposed to do, then you have found your purpose.
Absolutely.
You can be passionate about that. Really, you can move towards that with intention.
Yeah.
But you don't have to look, and I went through that, you don't have to look frumpy and like just, I don't really care, because really you're not being a good representation of this beautiful gift God has given us. And I'm not saying every single day you need to come out with eyeshadow and head to toe looking like walking the runway. Presenting yourself is like, no, I'm good in this place. This is where I'm supposed to be. And so I say the accessories, the accessories is not about, buy accessories. But when you take that little bit of time, pull yourself together and then put a little accessory on, there's something about that. You feel like I'm doing something. I'm going somewhere. I'm in the world completely and fully ready. I feel better about who I am. And when you feel better, you do better. And you need to do better.
And I would add this. How can you show up for anybody else if you haven't shown up for yourself?
Guys, like that, that's truth. That's true.
Really? Like, how much show up for you, and I haven't even shown up for myself. I haven't even given the best of me to myself yet. Like, that's hard to, and I know, so I'm not being critical. I guess what I'm saying is we've all been there where I've been in this space where I haven't shown up for myself yet. I'm just so concerned about what other people think that I haven't really taken the time to say, Jamila, what do you think? What do you really value? How do you really feel? So yeah, all that is important to being, what you would determine to be a fierce fashionista, and the jewelry, the embellishment. How can you embellish something that's not already, it's already shining? You already are a shining spirit. You're just adding a little bit of embellishment. You have to have something to work with.
You have the sparkle.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
I would go like this.
I know that. All right, so at the end, I have a speed round for you, ma'am.
Okay.
So you cannot really think about this. And if Felicia is on here, I'm gonna tell you, don't do what she did. She's like thinking about it. No, nuh-uh. You got
to have the one word answer.
Huh?
Is it one word
answer?
Yes,
one word answer.
Okay.
Not explanations and stories and novels. Just boom, because I want to see how many I can get through.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Baths or showers?
Shower.
Baths or shower?
Shower.
And I already know this one, but I'm just gonna go through my list. Sneakers or heels?
Heels.
Of course. T-shirt or dresses?
Dresses.
Morning time or nighttime? Like, are you a night owl or are you a morning
It depends
person?
on what I'm doing.
Well.
Okay, no, okay. Morning or
so
night?
You're a night owl or morning person?
I'm a night owl.
Okay. All right. So beach or mountain?
Oh, beach.
Beach. All right. Winter or summer?
Summer.
Winter.
Oh, time's up. So it's 1 minute. So I tried to get through as many as I could. 1 minute. I know. All right, it goes fast.
That was a minute.
It's over.
Dang.
That was.
Okay.
Well, my clock, yes. All right, but I just want to say thank you so very much. I am truly, I know people are like, wait, don't you sell jewelry? What are you doing? This is all a power. This is a part of it. It's not just about the accessories, the jewelry to me. It's truly about encouraging women to like really show up. And I say moms because I'm in a mom, so I relate. I'm in a mom.
Yeah.
I am a mom in that season of being a stay-at-home mom. And so I just want to encourage us because I feel like we just sometimes forget about ourselves and just kind of go by the wayside and think like, well, when they grow up, then I will do this whatever thing. So that's a huge part of it. But I want to show a lot of other moms who are out there doing it and be able to show like you can do this right now where you are and you can be a fierce fashionista. So I thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Please that we have all, because usually people will say, well, where can we get this book? Where can we talk about this person? Where can we go find out more?
Okay.
Let us know where they should go. Put that in the comments when we're done with this. And you know, I love you, sis.
I love you too.
She is my sis. She was fierce when I met her before I was even fierce. When I was just like, I got a baby on this side and a baby on that side. I was like,
did I have a baby too? But I had babies when
No.
It was your fault. It was your fault that I had these babies.
It was because you brought it up, so I'm gonna tell it. You were standing there, it was me, I think Felicia was there, and Carmen, and we were just talking about babies and all that, and we were like, "You're next." You're like, "I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that," and blah blah blah. And 2 weeks later, you were like, "Hey,
was I?"
We were like, "What?"
Shut. I do remember that. I remember that. Wow.
Yes, we were like. You too fierce for a baby. Okay, 2 weeks later, you were like,
right.
What had happened?
Doing it much.
Yeah, happened.
So anyway, well, I just want to say to you, lovely lady, that I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you. And this definitely suits you. You are an empowering woman, and you empower people and children. And I love the fact that you're going after your dreams, and that this is just one vehicle by which you can do that. You have so much more in you to give the world. So I'm just happy to be on the journey with you, sister. So any way I can help you, I am down for the cause, girl. So you asked about the book. You said, okay, so Amazon.com, House Stops Now, Jamila Thomas. You can go there and get the book if you want the book.
All right, and then any of the websites or anything?
Let's see. So all my stuff is on JamilaThomas.com and WomenDivine.org, the non-for-profit stuff. And gotta be in these streets. Y'all hit me up. Look.
She is in the streets. I'm telling you. But you know why? Because she's about to turn up.
Turn it up. Let's go.
Anyway, I'm happy to have Jamila on this side, Fifi watching on the other, the trifecta of sisters. I'm telling you right now, I'm speaking it right now. Be on the lookout because in the next 3 to 5 years, you know, after I get my children potty trained,
right,
you're gonna see a conference with the 3 of us. So you better be ready.
Okay,
You better.
I'm
Fierce Fashionista Conference. I'm putting it out.
Yes,
I love out there. We're gonna do it. I'm telling you.
I love it. Okay, today is
February
the 13th, 2018, and it is 8:48. We got to put that in the books.
We did. That's a secret.
Oh.
We're not gonna tell nobody that's coming.
Okay, sorry. Okay, well
we just told the 2 people watching.
Right. Look at Fee talking about something. Let's do it.
We are. Watch.
I love it.
I'm just saying. Anyway, I love all of you for watching. Thank you so very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have questions after the fact, ask away. And remember, I love accessories because I think accessories make the outfit. But darlings, the most important accessory you have is a smile. So find a reason to smile every day and slap one on. Thank you guys. Bye-bye, everybody.